Hi everyone, it's Penny from Whack-A-Witch Astrology, also known as Penny Astrology, and today I'm here to talk to you about Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. So the concept for this is that basically wherever we got hurt, wherever we had this like horrible mortal wound that impacts us all throughout our life. It usually starts in our childhood, but then kind of the process of healing goes further and further. And we decide, oh my gosh, that hurt so bad that I don't want anyone else to ever have to experience that. That's the way most people respond to Chiron. They will run around trying to prevent other people from feeling that same pain or trying to heal people who are feeling that pain. And sometimes we only really perceive that people are feeling that pain because we assume, oh my gosh, that hurt me so bad. That must be hurting you too if, you had something similar to happen. But not everyone experiences like pain and these emotional wounds in the same way. And our astrological chart can tell us about that and can tell us where we're hurting and where we need to heal. So I offer these reports on my website for only $38. So it's a pretty reasonable price that probably most people can afford if they set aside a little bit of money. And I want this to be a service that is accessible to a lot of people because I think it's really important. I think when we heal ourselves and we look inside ourselves, we have a stronger, healthier foundation to build things upon in life, and then we can have better things all around. We can have better job satisfaction, we can have better goals, we can have better relationships with our friends, with our family, and with our lovers. Basically, every area of your life can improve from healing. And for me personally, I feel like if I'm having a lot of trouble with multiple areas of my life, then it's probably an indication that I need some healing, which is basically what inspired me to start doing these Chiron reports. So what I offer in them is an explanation of what your Chiron placement is like natally. Natally means upon your birth, like the way you were born, the way you naturally are. And then I have a little explanation about what kind of transit you are going through currently, and basically what your current status is, where your current step in the healing process is. And then a little section where I include productive ways to heal with your specific Chiron placement. Now I went ahead and I did like a little bit of a report for myself. I did not put as much effort in or include as much information as I do when clients purchase readings because sometimes I'm kind of like, ugh, well, I already know myself. I don't need to be like doing this report for myself. But it did help me to look at my own Chiron placement and, remember why I have some of the issues that I do so that I can better heal myself. So basically, my Chiron is in Leo in the 12th house, and it is conjunct my sun and opposite Saturn. So this is showing that I have a very, very wounded ego. I feel kind of insignificant and like no one's going to notice me or no one's going to give me the attention I want. I feel like, even if I'm trying and I'm like working really hard, I feel like I'm not going to get the recognition and I'm just kind of always going to be ignored in the dark and I'm not really going to be important to anyone. So obviously this comes through as self-esteem issues in multiple ways. Saturn being opposite Chiron shows rejection from an authority figure, which is normally the father. I've had some people say that, they don't feel like Saturn in their chart represents their father. It might represent another parent or guardian. For me, I do believe it represents my father. So yeah, all this rejection and Chiron in the 12th house is really big on healing because it's the house of the collective subconscious. So even more so than Chiron would usually be, Chiron in the 12th house really focuses on other people and how other people are impacted by this. And it is a placement for people who are particularly good at healing, but also people who have a path where healing others is especially important to them, because that's part of how we heal is by healing others. And sometimes you kind of have to like let go of yourself, let go of your own issues, forget that you're the one that has the problem, because there are other people who have the problem too. And once you go out and you start trying to embrace other people and make them feel better, make them feel special and feel loved, then that is when you yourself start to heal as well. Now, anywhere we have oppositions in our chart, it shows an ongoing process and an ongoing struggle, like really like a battle, like a war within ourselves that lasts all throughout life. So this one is basically me feeling like I'm very harsh on myself, and like people aren't going to accept me, people aren't going to notice my hard work, and this is something that I always fear, that I'm not going to be important, I'm not going to be special, I'm not going to be noticed. And even that's something that has affected my YouTube channel a little bit, because I get really sensitive if I'm not getting like a lot of views or a lot of positive feedback, and I just really seem to need more positive feedback than most people do. Like I need a little team of friends who's like cheerleaders, like telling me how awesome I'm doing and like that I'm not a complete failure. And being a lunar Capricorn does play into that a little bit as well. So at the time I did this little report for myself, the North Node had just met up with my natal Chiron, and that was forcing me to take a look at myself and my pain and how it has affected the world, and particularly how it has affected my relationships and my romantic life. So kind of like I was projecting my problems, or like forcing other people to, deal with my problems with me, and I was not able to have a healthy relationship, a healthy romantic relationship, or any relationship at all for a while. But this transit, it was like a really big thing. It helped me move on and let go, because the North Node shows the direction that we are going. And like I said earlier, the practical ways for me to heal are to really make other people feel special. And it can be something as small as just complimenting them and being like, hey, your hair looks really great today, or, oh my gosh, you are so good at playing that instrument, and start asking them like how they learned it, just to acknowledge how special and important other people are, because really everyone is a special part of the world. And for me to realize that, it helps me realize that I too am a special part of the world. And that's part of the reason why I really like doing the astrology readings, and why I came back to astrology and really started working harder at it again once the North Node came across to my natal Chiron placement. So anyway, I hope that was interesting to you guys. If you're interested in getting a Chiron report, you can check it out on my website. I'm also thinking about offering Lilith reports, which are going to be way different. Lilith is your dark side, so it's going to be some very, very not so pleasant things about you. I already wrote out a Lilith report for myself, and it sounds like I'm basically roasting and scolding myself, because it's kind of like, okay, well, this is your bad side. That's the bad part of you. But yeah, feel free to check it out, give me some feedback. I would love for you to subscribe and keep watching my videos. Thanks.